Hi, welcome to my first video from our media coursework. It is a research task and I will be looking into music magazine industry. The three media companies I'm talking about are Bauer Media, IPC Media and Future Publishing. IPC Media. IPC Media is the UK's leading consumer magazine publisher with approximately 90 brands and selling 350 million magazines every year. IPC Media have two music magazines which are both in the rock subgenre. These are NME and Uncut. MNE is an indie rock magazine that targets a mainstream audience. It costs £2.20 and comes out weekly. It is more a mainstream magazine because of the price and how often it's released. Uncut is a rock magazine that targets a niche audience, comes out monthly and costs £4.50. Bauer Media. Bauer Media is the biggest publishing group in the UK and is privately owned by the Bauer family. Bauer Media have three music magazines that are all in the subgenre of rock. These are Kerrang, Q and Mojo. Kerrang is a rock magazine that targets a younger audience, costs £2.20, the same as NME, and is also a mainstream magazine. Q is a rock magazine that targets a niche audience, comes out monthly and costs £3.90. Mojo is also a rock magazine that targets a niche audience. It comes out monthly and costs £4.50. Future Publishing. Future Publishing say that they base everything they do around clusters of like-minded individuals who are passionate about their interests. Future Publishing is the biggest guitar publisher in the world. They have quite a lot of music magazines, and most of them fall into the subgenre of rock. Some of these are called Classic Rock Prog, Guitarist, Metal Hammer, Rhythm and Total Guitar. Classic Rock is a rock magazine that targets a niche audience. It costs £5.50 and comes out monthly. It's a niche magazine as it only has classic rock bands in the magazine. Classic Rock Prog is also a niche magazine targeting audience that listen to progressive rock. Comes out monthly and costs £5.50. Guitarist is a music magazine that comes out monthly, giving the audience all they need to know about electric and acoustic guitars. It costs £5.50 and targets a more mainstream audience. Metal Hammer is a metal music magazine and targets to a niche audience. Metal Hammer costs £4.75 and comes out on a monthly basis. Rhythm is a drumming magazine which used to target a niche audience but has now become more a mainstream magazine. Comes out monthly and costs £4.75. Total Guitar is a music magazine for guitar lovers and looks at all different genres of music. Total Guitar costs £4.99 and is a monthly magazine. It targets a niche audience. NME. NME is part of IPC Media and is a mainstream music magazine focusing on rock music. It is mainly aimed at men between 17 and 30 and brings out the best in new music. The magazine was launched in 1952 and it has a large ABC1 profile of 73%. MNE uses synergy to sell their brand by having a magazine, a website, a TV channel, a radio station, live events and awards. And they also have a mobile app that lets you know the latest news from MME. MNE reaches over 1 million music fans every week. Q. Q is owned by Bauer Media, the UK's biggest publishing group. Since launched in 1986, Q has been the UK's best-selling music monthly magazine. Q's readership is 473,000, and Q targets mainly a younger audience. Q's ABC1 profile is 68%, so the people reading Q have disposable income. As Q sees himself as more of a classy music magazine, their advertisement rates are high. Q uses synergy to sell their brand by having a magazine, a radio station, a website, and a music channel. Classic rock. Classic rock is published by Future Publishing, and it was first published in 1998. It targets a niche audience of people who love classic rock. Classic rock uses synergy to sell their brand by having a website and a magazine. Classic rock magazine focuses on music from the 1960s to the 1990s. This is why it has a niche audience. Classic rock magazine is aimed at an older audience as it features classic rock bands.